Look, if the producers see that, they're gonna have a fit. Oh, please, just hide it somewhere. Put it in a drawer.
All right, are the guests here? Can you bring in the first guests? I'll put this in the desk.
I'll bring in the guests.
Folks, we got a great show for you this evening. We have a doctor who invented a drug that reduces sexual desire. We have the philosopher John Paul Sartre and his wife. He's an existentialist who's just written a 700-page book about nothing. We have two people who claim they were abducted into a UFO and examined by aliens. We have an acupuncturist who will tell you why you'll feel better after she sticks needles in you. And we have America's #1 singer this evening, Andreas Bozzico, who is mute. I think you're going to enjoy this show. Stick around. Folks, at the beginning of the show, we take gripes from the audience, and we have a man now who'd like to tell us something. Sir, why don't you step up to the dock and tell us, what is your name?
Yes, my name is Vladimir Wojciechowski, and I'm here because I'm very, very upset about certain things going on today with animals. Very upset. I'm upset about the killing of animals in this city, and I'm here to make a statement.
Okay, and what is your statement?
Animals are not meant to be killed. They're meant to live on this earth. They're meant to roam free. People should not be eating animals. People should be eating seeds and grass and living on the ocean and living in parks and trees and everything. I'm upset about the killing of animals. That's why I'm here.
Sir, have you ever eaten a tomato?
Of course I've eaten a tomato.
Do you realize that research indicates every time you cut into a tomato, it screams?
I'm very upset about animals. I'm not here to talk about diets or anything like that. I'm upset about people killing animals. This is a very serious situation. I feel like I'm dealing with a blank wall right now. This is a very serious situation. We're talking about animals. Don't you understand? We're talking about God giving animals on this earth.
I'd like to introduce my next guest, Dr. Zonar, who has invented a drug that apparently reduces sexual appetite. Now, why did you invent a drug that diminishes sexual appetite?
Well, Jack, many people do have a need to reduce their sexual desire, either for occupational hazards or just in daily life.
Can you give us an example of maybe somebody who might have needed this? Are they all sex addicts?
Well, certainly some of them are sexual criminals or deviants of various sorts, but no, some of them are just regular people like the wonderful folks here in your audience tonight, or myself, or you.
Can you give an example, Dr. Zonar, of somebody who might have benefited from your drug?
Well, our initial studies at the University of Pataphysics in Butte, Montana were with married couples, and we found that we were able to reduce the possibility of extramarital affairs by up to 47%, and even flirting was reduced by 27%, and what we call rubbernecking, where the man turns to view a woman, was reduced by 67%.
What do you call this product anyway?
We're going to be releasing it under the name Libido No.
Now, I see you brought along somebody with you. Can you explain how this has helped?
Yes, our most recent study has been on members of the clergy, who of course have a terrific need to continually be abstaining from sexual practice. And so I've brought along Father Quinn, one of our most successful patients.
Father, can you explain how this has helped you in any way?
Well, the study of Scripture requires that we remain celibate so that we can objectively fulfill the needs of our congregation.
I see. Have you run into any problems where you've run into discipline problems yourself in your practice?
No, I will not speak to any issues of impropriety. There have been none. However, as a man of the cloth, I am still a man and subject to various biological impulses and needs. I have found that through the brilliant work of Dr. Zonar, he has provided us, the clergy, with a powerful tool to help us maintain our vows.
Now, when you speak about vows, what are you specifically referring to?
In the case of the clergy, we're talking about the vows of celibacy.
Can I just break in here, Jack, to say that we do not yet have an official deal with the church to provide libido no for the clergy, but we are negotiating with the Pope at this time.
Well, of course, the official stance of the church is against premarital sex and birth control. However, we do begrudgingly acknowledge that for some of our faithful that may not be able to fully control themselves through the power of will and prayer alone, that the need for Dr. Zonar's work may be beneficial. We like to feel that even with a esteemed scientist as Dr. Zonar, that there may be the hand of God in his work as well.
Looks like we have a question from our audience, and I'd like to go now to the dock where we have somebody in the audience. Please, what is your name?
Sally Jensen.
And what is your question or comment for our guest?
Where can I buy it?
I'm sorry, Sally. The government has not yet approved libido no for public consumption. We hope to have it available on the market later this year.
Now, why did you ask that question? Was there any particular reason? Did you feel that you yourself wanted to try it?
No, I'm just curious.
But why? Why were you curious about it?
I just wanted to see what effect it would have on me.
I see. Do you think you had a need for it?
There's this professor at school I think I'm getting a little too friendly with, and I was a little worried about it, so...
Professor, did anything happen between you?
No, not really. We went on a conference together.
A conference? Did you stay in the same room?
No.
Did you kiss him?
No.
Did the thought cross your mind?
No, he's my professor.
Okay. Have you had any feelings, though? That's the question.
No. See, I just wanted to fight off possible impulses.
Bless you, my child. It warms my heart to look upon a lovely woman such as yourself, a fine example of today's youth that has a moral center.
Thank you, Father.
I don't know, Jack. Some of those questions you were asking, Sally, I think I am going to prescribe a little libido no for you.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's the kind of thing I'd say...
Hey, yo!
Oh, come, you fell out of your wheelchair.
All right.
I'm all right.
You can't go around hurting.
I am a professional doctor, and I will not put up with this kind of behavior.
I don't need
I'm not
any
prepared to come onto a television show just to be punched.
I don't need help. I'm an ex-Marine.
You're a sick ex-Marine.
I'm so sorry, Doctor.
Think an act,
Very sorry.
Don't apologize to him.
an act of contrition is in order here.
Thank you, Father.
Yes.
We'll be back right after these words from our sponsor. I'd like to introduce my next guest, the famous existentialist John Paul Sartre, whose new book is Being and Nothingness, and he claims he has some insights into the human condition through the philosophy of existentialism. Please give a warm welcome to John Paul Sartre and Simone de Beauvoir. Mr. Sartre, please tell us one thing about existentialism, and that is, why do you guys smoke cigarettes when you know it's harmful?
Well, Mr. Jacques, Nietzsche, the first great existentialist, he said, and I quote, "The secret to really enjoying life is to live on the edge of the danger. I know these cigarettes can't kill me. This is why I smoke them. I like to flirt with danger."
I smoke cigarettes because he smokes cigarettes.
That sounds like a loving response. Another thing I noticed, why is it that existentialists are always wearing black? What is it with that?
Mr. Jacques, this is a good question. You see, the cornerstone is the philosophy of the existentialism is that life is a blip in time, just a small blip in time, but death goes on for eternity. Therefore, black is the symbol of death. This is why we wear black.
Perhaps that is why he wears black, but I wear black because it is slimming and attractive for my figure.
I see. Now, when did you two meet?
Well, that's a very good question. I will leave this one up to Simon.
We met when we were in graduate school together.
We were at the Sorbonne, of course.
And we were in class together, and I helped him study for the test because he did not know anything.
I came in first place in the exam. She came in second.
Oui, because of my help.
Incredible.
Sherry.
I see your book, which is Being in Nothingness, is very long. It's about 700 pages. And I think a lot of people here are wondering, how could you write such a lengthy book about nothing?
It's a very good question, Monsieur Jacques. A very good question today. I think I will also have Simon answer this question.
Of course, because you cannot answer the question yourself. I wrote most of that book myself, monsieur. Contains most of my philosophy.
Is that true?
That's absolute absurdity. If these are not my ideas, I'm not Jean-Paul Sartre.
He's been stealing my ideas ever since we first met in graduate school.
She's just a little bit of a joke here. You see, besides, if these are not my ideas, if she really conjured up these ideas, it's a book about nothing, so it's not that impressive, is it?
I see. You're very compatible, and it's a pleasure to see that.
We are very compatible couple, yes.
Now, I have to say one thing. Mr. Sott, look, I've been having some problems with my nurse. What do you think of my nurse?
I think your nurse is, how do we say, foxy lady?
Well, thank you, and your wife is very attractive. Well, what
She's not my wife. She's never been my wife. She will not be my wife. We are life partners.
Okay, well, life partners, what is your position on mate swapping?
Simon and I have a strong position on mate swapping. Simon and I have a necessary love, but we also allow for the contingent love. You see, we allow for it. We allow for men and women that have, comment dit-on, feelings for each other. And I tell you, while there's no certainty in the world, I'm pretty certain that I have the same feeling for your nurse.
Oh, you do? You have a feeling for it? Well, maybe
Oui.
we could work out something, that's kind of mutually...
Don't I have a say in this?
Absolument no. As you are the second sex, you have no say.
Listen, you guys came all the way to America to tell us about your philosophy, and I really appreciate it. Is there anything else about this existentialism that you could share with us that would help us in our day-to-day life? What else can you tell us about the philosophy?
That is the beauty of the philosophy of existentialism. It actually cannot help you with anything in the life. That's the beauty of it. Do you understand the essence of that? Simon, do you agree?
Intellectual, yes. Oui.
When you guys were in graduate school, what kind of a relationship did you have? I mean, did you? It's talked about that you allowed other partners into your relationship.
That was his idea, not mine.
Yes.
Ah.
My idea, very good one as far as I'm concerned, but you happen to adapt to it very well. You've been dating that Al Grain
There's nothing
character
serious.
for a year. Nothing serious. Well, this me and the nurse will be nothing serious either. A contingent
Oh,
love.
this was one of his ideas.
Guys, all I can say, you really helped us and helped us understand this difficult philosophy of existentialism. I want to thank you very much, and I know our audience really wants to thank you for being on the show. Thank you very much, guys. Stand by. When we come back, we're going to talk to two people who claim they were abducted in a UFO. Our next guests claim they've been abducted into a UFO. Harry and Betty Mill. Welcome to the show. Now, how did this happen?
Well, we were driving one night. It was as simple as that, just going for an ordinary drive on I-95, and then suddenly we saw the bright light. And we didn't know what it was, and we stopped the car, and we said, "What is that light?" And we couldn't figure it out, and it kept getting closer. And then suddenly, boom, it's the next day, and we're in our bedroom. Just like that.
We lost track of time.
So you lost some time, and then
That's right.
and then what did you do? Did you try to get some help or find out?
Well, that's right, because we kept having nightmares all of a sudden, and we talk about them, and they were...
It would start affecting our marriage, and it would start affecting the way we work together. So we decided that we needed to go and see somebody. And go ahead, why don't you tell
We
me?
went to a psychologist. We went to a shrink, and put us under hypnosis.
And did you find out anything when you went through this hypnosis?
Yes. Well, you see, the doctor tape recorded his conversation with us while we were under, and then played back for us, and came to light that we were abducted by aliens.
Wait a minute. Do you really believe that you were, abducted by aliens?
Yes, we were abducted
It seems
by
hard to
aliens.
believe. At first, we didn't believe it at all. But then once we heard the tapes and both of our stories were exactly the same, we didn't know what else could have happened.
So it was like a UFO then?
Yes, it was an extraterrestrial craft that came down from the heavens.
But let me ask you this, Mr. Mill. Where could the UFO have come from?
Well, actually, it's an interesting theory that's out. If you look at this picture, you'll see that there's a face on Mars that can be detected.
A face on Mars.
That's right.
A face on Mars. Okay, I've heard about this. So you think that it may have been from the same people who made the face on Mars?
Yeah, well, if they made a face, who knows what they
I
can
mean,
make.
it's our assumption because we can't be 100% sure.
Okay.
Can never be 100% sure.
Have you heard about Arthur Janov's theory? He says that you guys saw a light, didn't you?
Yes,
That's
a big bright light.
Well, he says that people, when they're born, they see lights for the first time because you come out of the womb into the world. And he says that people have memories of their birth experience and they attribute it to UFOs because they can't understand where else these lights would be. But let me go back a little. When you went into the UFO, did you, through the hypnosis, did you remember what happened in there?
Well, it was a little foggy at first, but then, it slowly came back to us.
That's right.
And what?
They took us into an examination room. It was a large room, dome-like, and surrounded by glass, and the aliens, all but one, were outside. This one was inside with us, and he had us strapped down on these tables.
Okay, you were
And-
strapped down.
That's right, and they did tests and experiments on us.
With
Go-
these probes, really
That's right.
scary probes, and lights, tons and tons of lights
That's right.
coming down at us.
And where were you at the time?
On the table.
That's
You,
right.
you were on. Well, look. Can we maybe put the girl up on the table and we could show our audience? This
You
will
want
be
me to demonstrate for you what
Could you
happened?
please?
Sure, absolutely.
It'll help us understand.
Okay.
Only to convince you of...
So I was on the table like this. Okay. I was laid out, and there was these bright lights shining down at me, just shining. And I couldn't really see, but then all of a sudden, there was like these probes coming at me and like poking my body everywhere. And I just laid there and I was screaming. I was like, help me, somebody help me, Harry. And I couldn't see Harry, and I was trying to find him, but I couldn't find him. And I was just screaming, help me, somebody. And the probes were just coming at me, and I didn't know what to do.
See, I was on the table next to her, and I was just strapped down, and I'm coming, honey, I'm coming, but I was going nowhere because I was strapped down.
And then finally the light went away.
I think we have a question from the audience. You can sit down in your chair, Betty.
Sure.
Thank you. And state your, if you would, state your name, please.
Yeah, hi, I'm Annie Smith, and I'm just wondering why you don't remember how this really happened to you.
Well, it's such a traumatic experience. I mean, someone witnesses a murder, and then a day later they can't remember it. It's just how our psyches respond to these kind of events.
Right, but it was so bizarre. How do you not remember such a bizarre event?
Well, I mean, it's the utter fact of its bizarreness that we can't remember. I mean, it just blows your mind, you know what I mean? And plus, the aliens said that they would use a mind eraser after the procedures were over so that it wouldn't affect our daily lives. Little do they know, the truth will out.
We were able to find out the truth.
Well, I've been having some memories.
Do you see bright lights?
Yes, bright lights.
Oh my God.
And coming closer and closer?
Yes, they're bright, and they're coming at me, and they're just getting bigger
my God,
and brighter and brighter.
Abducted by UFO too, honey.
Yeah.
I'm starting to have a flashback.
You may have been abducted too.
Oh my God, I'm frightened.
It's okay, it's okay. It's
You've
not
been
worth
seeing lights,
reliving.
huh?
Yes, it was a bright light.
Maybe you should stop looking at the studio lights.
Harry, I think we need to get out of here. I'm
Because
starting
they
to have
might
a
come
bad
back.
flashback. I think
They
we
might
need to go.
try to nab us again.
I want to thank our two UFO abductees, Harry and Betty Mill. Thanks very much. You've been great guests. I'd like to welcome our next guest to claims that inserting needles into people will help them. Acupuncturist Dolly Rama, welcome to the show. Now, Dolly, tell me, how is it that putting needles into people can actually help them?
They help for various reasons. We center on different energy spots in the skin, placing them, and it's just a wonderful sensation.
Now, Dolly, do you meditate?
Yes.
You do. You remind me of some guys I worked with in Korea during the war who smoked a lot of marijuana.
There is no drugs involved in acupuncture.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, isn't it a contradiction in terms to stick sharp objects into people and claim that it will help them?
The needles are so thin, so entirely thin. They're thinner than your own hair.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
But doesn't it hurt when you put the needle into the person?
No.
Well, could you maybe demonstrate on somebody from the audience?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Could we have a volunteer, please? Let's give a round of applause for this man. Coming right in, and we'll put him right in. Now, what is your name?
I'm Archie Winter.
And why did you volunteer for this?
It's a little curiosity. I'm intrigued. I'm not afraid. I've always wanted to know about acupuncture.
And what is your occupation?
I'm in the insurance business.
Okay.
And that's another reason I'm here. This is, I have a lot of job-related stress. I deal with clients who are difficult, gripe a lot, and then I got supervisors that hassle me forever.
So they give you problems?
Oh, yeah. I just want some peace of mind. If you can give me that, that would be great.
I would love to.
All right.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us what you're doing and how it's actually progressing, Dolly?
Sure. The stress, I think we need the extra long today. Let's open our sanitary needle. And you see it comes in some plastic.
And does the man have to prepare himself in any way to receive it?
Just remain relaxed and calm, like me. Nothing to be afraid of. Sir, would you mind unrolling your shirt cuff, please?
Are you nervous?
No, not afraid. No, go
Excellent.
do it.
Perfect. That's exactly how it should be.
You've never had this before,
Never.
Mr. Winter.
Okay, we will take the tube and we will insert the needle slightly into the skin.
Ow. Ow! 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 It hurts! Shh. Get it out!
It's out. I must have missed the
Are you all right?
center.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Well, can you try that again?
Do we have to? I'm afraid.
Sir, there's nothing to be afraid of. My great Tibetan master once told me that a great wise man is not afraid of pain, just his reaction to pain.
Okay, try it again.
Once more.
Ow! 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 Help me! No!
Does it really hurt?
Out! It hurts! It hurts! Get it out! Please take it out, I beg you, please,
He's
please.
simply experiencing what we call Tai Chi. It's a slight sensation.
No, this is pain, this is not Tai Chi, this hurts.
Could I have a round of applause for this guy?
Take it out.
And for Dolly. You've been a wonderful guest. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And thank you, Mr. Winter. I'd like to welcome my next guest. He's #1 in Billboard this month. Welcome, please, Andreas Buzzico, the mute singer. Can you tell me your #1 song, I Can't Tell You How I Feel, how's that doing in the charts these days? Let me ask you another question. How did you get interested in singing in the beginning? Wait. I don't understand, but I don't understand. Does anybody in the audience understand them? Let me ask you this. What about your influences? What influenced you? Did you like Elvis, the Beatles, jazz, classical music? And let me ask you, this song, your song here, I Can't Tell You How I Feel. Did you write that yourself? My producer tells us, Andreas, that we Ah, I'm getting it. I'm starting to understand what you're trying to communicate. Okay. You're proud of your accomplishments. Okay. Now let me ask you this. As a mute, how is it that you can sing? Isn't that a contradiction? I'm sorry if I said anything to offend you, but if you can't talk, how do you sing? Okay. Look, my producer tells us that we actually have queued up your CD and we're going to hear your #1 single, Words Fail Me. So can we put that on now? And we'll listen to it. I want you to talk us through it now. Set us up. Okay. Don't. You don't have to show the inside. We know that the CD isn't in there. It's on now. Is this it? Oh, let's listen to it a little. This is both channels. My producer's telling us that's it. It's on. I mean, what? All right, let me ask you this. This will be a first, Andreas. Can you do a little song first now on the air, live? Okay. You're going to do, which one are you going to do? Tell us which one you're going to do. Words fail me. Go ahead, right into the mic. Thank you. I want to thank you. Our audience loves you. You got women. I think they're fainting in the aisles. I've never seen a reaction like this to a singer in my life. I forgot my gun.
You should never have a gun on the set anyway.
All right, just push me out, all right? I don't
You
need...
could shoot off your hand or your leg like you did back in Korea.
I hired you to push my wheelchair, not give me technical advice. Let's get out of here. Hey, what'd you think of Sot? I'm telling you, you want to consider making a switch?
We're not even married. Why do you want to switch with us?
He's a big philosopher.
I'm not interested.
All right, let's take a hike. Come on, push.
Oh, gosh, it's a whiner.